am a media. Money am I? To decide me started my TikTok. Mean video be at them media no about somebody and wow we are there. No more about so
crew. Would you before the once that year? By the time about no a blue crew, and if you're a crony be I may cow nine. Let us open that page in anybody's quest to equate or equalize whatever they call it. So I know maybe a course to brand maybe a MPP more opposition. Namujidi say
MPP more power.
More power. Namujidi say, especially a foreign minister. Kikan sema kesia. And I've always said that when we continue to do that, the politics of retaliation, it should not be encouraged though.
I was for you movie be akwaba. Na yemfa Abramege TV and platform we eso. Nyankopon koswa ehira obi bia. Abusia obi I interview Fante Comedy on ni arrest aw mo chi ni ene da otimi meeting ni bail conditions about 100,000 Ghana cedis any 3 sureties ene run we meet we pay we kufie watiase na obi ni oman hina Asante I reacted to that enyo no nko asa wo bekaya Otafu MP owura your friend Vincent Asafoa e di write up bi by ochiremu a yewura John Mahama odi ato Ghana fo nyinanim a okọ se okọ Singapore, Japan and the other countries bia okodi dwuma honom na omo chiremu a Otafu MP Vincent Asafoa chiremu a flight na wafa no chartered flight and or the certain amount to be buy and equal to the na Akufo-Addo tisona sebi ochatae na pepepe. This was literally orchestrated say obegu president ni ho fi na waka nsem bi edit ya no but yehwem no ye fact check no enye sa na tie obi ni oman hene I reacted to this issue mempese mekasa bibri yenko na yenko tie ekosi sen dwumadie so ensema obi eni oman hene Asante omodi tudwa how musi reacted to issues no na yekoba bidina kai na ebeto aso meso document betum na wa like dwumade na wa share na wa subscribe to the channel no isansa hanom ya number 1 authentic platform Mega TV yankopon kosoa ehira obibia yenti nsedi bi yekoba ebeto aso
na etesen
oh yami adom ma me oye
what do fear sisi a
me na kwa chaka no do fie
na edena keep you in custody all this while na bail condition no want me meet ana
obi bail condition no yetimi meet na omo be hwe CID ni ade no ko CID se me majuma o we se me ko iti ase na omo ye one because no omo target me say omo remind me but because of the lawyers no mind to now remind me yeah even with CID for no it will go we se me ko we se me time we se na me majuma ene na ma e ko share no but ya me adom na abrewe ma ko mu na bibia akutu
enti now bail condition here eden
almost 100,000 and 3 sureties.
Oh, 100,000 and 3 sureties. Okay. Enti unya nkofo mu ejina mu ma ba na administrative work e woso mo ye e na delay na bam. Okay. Ba na wo charge ben no mo de ball no mo se why den.
I was na first news makoka sema anya no kure obi na mtumi ma sema makoka anya no kure
nti wo de na publication of false news
publication of false news
na de na mo se waka no based on some this TikTok video bi na make you say mo ye group call bi na amanfo kasa wo say no a
obi no
were you on that call
me host to TikTok no and I need to buy so I need to kata see obi ni pa kata na hono me kasa on kan I am ni pa chesa here after no me sambe a video ebe part also post TikTok live no obi ba so be ka asem bi fa ye bra asame je nfi ho a anko yi nti me de achopa e man penifo e na obi me pa acho after obi me na mo me hu na me picture pop up e bi am do ba bi say a mo na asa the picture na bongo ideas any kalije no mo post picture no me te me ka mo kro ba ka number no mo post ka number no ti mo ha me ada bi the coffee there asa me threat e wo o my name eti me me ya na mapona mane ti me family ya na me ya say oh there be we dey fine because why that phone number bi anu bi abotu eku enti enko PID era me ya ko PID na PID for me ya bon ko won so when I just say call headquarters and I will be PID for me and I'm a lawyer and I'm a now for kakra call headquarters ti ane ona bu mo ti sabo ti obi ye do headquarters and I'm so interested obi slow we kona we aba ana am sure any master after the ba mo say wo kwa na nka ye hwehwe abeto na mum why TikTok live you know obi abasunti uba buana ya investigation and I'm so many problem and I'm the contract say after mo baba say order from above say omu detain me na me say na ba le na ma ya omu detain me obi me lawyer beka and I'm the ko share niwa adechi omu yi me e ba headquarters within 10 minutes almost some of them are call and I'm so no problem. Me dey minim money amaye ma ko ni dey minim money amaye na pidi say me start me TikTok yi me bibi obi atem me dey no abaso body enko wa wo ya dey na ma bo abaso me ba wumia do aba wumia na me type post no nti am ko to am kan no mo say false news so say na me say that na ma ko ya false news and am kan na me ya be after there ya me adoma na tinye pie obi.
Sir, or TikTok live, no, what's the idea behind Sir live way for somebody to come on and be able to make the kind of comment nipa ni make here, you know. Nioma ben ya mo discuss was Sir TikTok live. And what's the intention behind Sir live na ya way, you know?
Live na ya the promote Dr. Baumia, ya Dr. Baumia ane omani master mne we bia o say we bia dey support to NPP and play be at cocoa price na NDC portion mo say be mamo 6,000 na mo ba number to 1.2 a ni aso ye discuss e tini palo na the time so ya me peke na o passes our comments no e di da ko o ba see video na me discuss about am ko bo wa ku se ne case lawyer da ni to my company for we be by this time yeah tell me any ya nti hu bibia and ani pano so ba ya o be pass say comment na me ma na twe say ya we am to part.
Is it something obeto aso aye? Would you continue doing Sir live no?
Oh baby I don't so ka o na ma me ani je wa brabum.
Sir, TikTok live na ma onye ani je.
I so me ti da na so do radio ya. Me hu radio so ane mani aji ame hu ya me. Me so me hu TikTok so ane wa feel obi.
Into be koso aye.
But ye ko bo bia ye de promote NPP any Dr. Baumia.
Nipa na o ka asem na o ma na twesan no owen.
Only after that I will be na call after him.
Ana ono se police for action ono so ana ono mo nche no.
Omo ti nipa mo ko te no ono so obi a wa te se omo ti no so o ba re se no kra. Ano so the Ghana jollof no so mo because obi as intimidation a whole lot. It's yes nipa no.
But personally, you regret the happening, you know, meboa.
Okay, me no that me no bibia me boni bia uti. Anu am ka so me ko court no. Na me yam sisi because na me nim time me the way I me yam TikTok say Mildidim atem anka the Bintina Bonia Nama yes, it means say a young person come on to Sana name the cycle.
Very well. And this is here you have to report to the police time being.
Next court date 25th of this month.
25th of this month. Very well. Enti Bibiania, you better show the incomobile.
Not you be adult. So they are in some type of suit because they are adult. They done I can't some training last year you free on more. Yake ina buka.
Medase Fante Comedy ena your training kano. He is one of the suspect at police for if I now come the Nico court into a accused person. Ye share how enonioma ebeko akwa kusi. Inti background behind the story ne Bibiana ode amaye no. Oman ma yen.
What one wajwe krano. The mindset ne say intimidation. Maybe quite the law genuinely is taking its course.
Sure.
It's o hwe adwene a yenyina e dia hyehyehye trim e de namonum as omanimfo a anya healthy o de wo ye mranimfo se ne kuranie se mrana efro se brane ni nkoma. It's important not to give traces or suspicion bia say but I we na tie chirenti baba wa kodi djuma bi wo kasafidie so ankoye e de ne utiri mponti a sa djumede no di ya ankoye o say okay ento ya so mu ndi je wa kan ndi be gina so am ya kohia wo aseni bia say kohia wo aseni bia na de ombeka bia na say o fa ho dia fine say mra say ombeka wa so na mra twa so. That's how smooth we should process these things for it to move. Ba akota baby wa enye no e de kosie wa e de akosha ya maunya be na say be no ko bi di man any problem be na stand when you do that Obi when you do that and because you can go you have not been in their shoes so untia say it's not good for us with the person in Kenya say it's not good for us as a country and as a people. There are so many things we need to do. There are so many things we need to reset. In fact, major reset na me person His Excellency President John Mahama very brutal in terms of confrontation. Exercise gear and the fight against illegal mining.
Yeah, fortunately I listened to an interview of Honorable Okuja Troûblɛ. Say President they call it emergency cabinet meeting. I think on Thursday, and at that meeting, according to Honorable Okuja Troûblɛ, the president has resolved, say, he is going to fight illegal mining in a way who will be that in this country. It will, or you saw the word ruthless. So the president says he will be ruthless in this fight. Anyway, we are hoping.
Every communication from Jubilee House.
Okay, any official?
Yeah, every communication. And no matter man yourself for inclusive is Honorable Okuja Troûblɛ. Yeah, no ma yaki kachire ya hunu positions are changing when we have power and the baby including NPP4 including NDC4 and no ma yaka no ma when we are confronted with the realities how we put up defense. And like the road minister telling me that Accra Kumasi Road Masama on a GOG it is the fund and but thank God and now you can say contractor Nasaba back to that is what we need. It's not about you have the power. So would you say Bibia Kocho? In any case, what a brand NDC Frabemno? They didn't leave anything behind for the NPP Anna. They left challenges for the NPP. This issue where one government takes over, Bibia then said problem with Babiana. We need to resort and accuse the Bakuna is in modern boy and so I Nakusin channel. We need to continuously accuse them at the expense of young citizens. No? Why should it get to a point where citizens en block driver union for one area when they apply road no obia obey demonstration
and the driver for the car
so are we saying the minister himself, not necessarily our president, the minister and government of are we saying they don't see it? Are we saying they can't feel our pain? Is this the Ghana that we want? That we need to struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle, only to be told that the previous administration and the GOG and we just stress it to our so and please anything that the previous administration has done contrary to the rules and regulations of this country. That is why we have able and competent men manning various ministries to ensure say sa symptom meyo ana sikadie bi eba ana montuo bi a previous monfa kwan se fa name we should not suffer for that. Because clearly if the NDC is exiting,
the situation there was
it's too much. If the NDC is exiting power,
absolutely,
it is not true that they can pay contractors 100% off and exit power. It's not true. Yeah. It's not true. These politics of that way can't be because we want a certain convenience, we want to shift goalposts, we want to put the blame game here, we want to assign responsibility to somebody who's helpless. All these tricks now by politics now. As I say, to a point, to say we have been deceptive of ourselves. We are not principled. We are a bunch of irresponsible and deceptive people. Young Jaisa is na yentimi mbra bako nyamba no yentimi nya nyoma esefata okoye hospitals okoye schools okoye akwanso okommebu na epa adwuma yen create that enabling environment.
Yes.
Ebe ma yen Ghana for number 1 priority ye ho be har yen yedi ansa na ye other considerations. It's only here and you consider a whole chain timamu for na kasa.
And on the Amasaman road we beg the minister.
Oh, this morning the pictures came live. That the contractor is on.
Good.
Yes.
I hope, sir, it will continue. Now, Enkodu level, but the situation there, my worry and how we allowed the frustration of Ghanaians to fester for that long. But as and you had people complaining, cars to make a car. 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours now what traffic.
Obi,
how we allow that to go on for that long?
That's why I'm saying that the politics of this country continues to be very funny and because of unprincipled. This is a government that accused the previous government that when they came to power, Cocoa roads are near auditing almost auditing. All roads were on hold. It has affected Omeno. Because I might be by NPP about all Cocoa roads cease.
And for almost 3-4 years.
It's a kind baby na abaya oni hono ayako dubiano. Nina has been on hold. And we change na hold ni hold ye no so.
Because reporter by ne Neoma there was a report. Who bibiano. So they wasted everybody's time.
And I don't know why they don't want to really acknowledge that this is the reality. This is not even a learning process because everybody in this administration, has a certain level of experience and exposure and has a feel of governance in this country before. I love the minister saying that this is a priority of priority. Sikano de said the way akwa any there. It is a baby ba na etimide buama etimi 2-1 amount. And then again, Usha minister no so releasing $400 million or cities in Bakuna. The issue is that I'm hearing the controller saying that the $400 million that has been released is for work done.
Of course. So you raise certificate
as I say, yetimi nya botre na yenya kasachire contractor for no na omunim dada say ade no sika no obe delay but so oni o man transi amon komo na e dey other pointing accusing fingers there and we na here and we na here and we na here and we na entry and we na deliberating and all those things. It doesn't help. You have been given the mandate to rule this country for 4 years. From now to the 4th year when we re-engage you or otherwise it is your responsibility with our permission and consent to help you build that Ghana we all want to build. It is Mr. Say one of the challenges of leaders, and it's cutting through in this country, and it's so sad, continues to be the people who normally surround the president and the kind of information they give to the president. Because Adebakwa from 1982, Asenka Mwa, John Rawlings, and for the crazy or Caso Kosuya. Adia chance main road no akado be fa hojina white e be fa hojina street lights the moment the president is in nanado ko means e bi Cape Coast nanado ansno be fa kwan no omko tete kwan nim da bia etututu nyina tete mu nyina na nanado who dey ko. Why can't we get committed, dedicated people to let Ghana be first in terms of Impunity Kanko? That is our problem.
Road in so a creative frustration.
That's a problem.
Kaswa Winneba.
The minister talked about it. So Benin and that them said GOG projects in the so between me.
Mostly GOG projects.
But it doesn't change anything.
Yes.
What it changes is for it to be done. because who cause a geo engineer the second and then buying as in Canada.
We
worked from afar.
Sure.
You maybe I also use council, maybe I also do CK. At certain points, the previous regime, there was no money, but the previous regime had money to do other things. Abide the one with priorities.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is that but the minister acknowledges, say, I must man quantity, a bare priority of priorities. As he has said, no. Yes, say everything that needs to be done for that uneasiness and comfortability. What's not Kumasi Jenny attending to 9 hours and 10 hours. Sure. Why? Are we not ashamed? And they be at the Metina catch us say, Yakra, we are school and Chayakrano. So we will from 5 at the Biam Jawas. Say 1989 Obi. Ebesi Sabri. Asempa Akra Kumasi Road. And we pride ourselves that we are Ghanaians. All that we are hailing. I 10 years in Chatoso, in Kontompo, in Ipabikoshe, baby Bob Possi, you be Mufi, you be good and massy, you be set it trap. That's all we are scheming in this country.
And that's one thing.
That's all we are scheming.
Should be embarrassed about.
Say, that's all we are scheming.
In Ghana, you cannot find a first class dual carriage way linking our major cities. It's unbelievable. Not even La Côte d'Ivoire. La Côte d'Ivoire, almost Nations Cup or Bayano. Almost from Abidjan to Yamoussoukro. And we have a better economy, a bigger economy than them. It's so embarrassing. They say, you spending time on some of these important topics. And we should, sometimes we should think about.
But they be Adobe. I didn't come and say, Omaya, and it a line team at the order of the day, and then Suku amount for call Ghana Hania Manone.
Yes.
Sa Sukuna Yakoniano. Or mine 1 step forward, 30 steps backwards. Sukuna Yakoniano. When our forefathers lived, I don't want to good. When our forefathers lived, I don't know hospital anymore.
Hospital.
When our forefathers lived, I don't know Kredi Asana. When no mine no do Asana, no bambo, you could draw line and say, where NPP will end this now. The more I engage you in education, I do be exposure. I feel more. Are we not worried? The more no. The more I see who sit there, go through a certain. It is sometimes I think we share an example. Debiada, just one paramount chief, Bako out of the million,
a traditional leader,
or no Bako Nkwao. Etimiani ni kuro mati medi nkomo. Any oman anya kasetse. Ama omo ahunidie ho mfaso. Ama a tourist attraction center. Udu kushia, I think kushia nkwa. As you say, you are in a different
place.
Why?
And maybe they say, oh man, he is a traditional leader. In the other traditional leader,
why?
No,
I'm a GPR chief for more fancy GPR chief for. They be a number front to my bam. Near a chewing sticker, a tower, but GPR2 across the length and breadth of the country. So, as we speak now, GPR2 for bring even a hospital, hotel facility for drivers. Now, welfare, creating some.
It's one of the most disappointing, unions in the world.
Only GPR2 Bagana National Fire Service, always relying on government. No innovation, no creativity. That's why I've charged this current, executive paying for something out of the normal. Because attention in Mamuswa, there are so many ways. Mamimbo MDC, chairman of
former chairman.
There are so many ways in killing a cat.
Yes.
But once you are a leader, that is why you are there. You have to get so many ways and means to say, no, that you better buy a call a year anti-graph person. A branch and a one. The kind of agreement timidity tree. If you sit and wait for money to come from the central pool all the time, Obi. I can assure you, over 8 years, basically, now for our service, no, Omunya car creating the driver for fire for Edeba. Now, still a rent issue, no, on call for to say, Mr. On my noon, Tias, yes, a bright woman in dear bread, but I bridge nice is simple, ever and she shall be a Cassia Juma Mobi, and any person the Albro PAV and some Guacuba Comuno, Quasi Pratimo, Rocklin Crotte, Charlie Samo, Cabral Blair, me here more, can't say Papa Ula Mungo Temo, and you person the Albro, almost to say, but Romo Breno, Nasha Nebri. We change for the bad, not for the good. That is the challenge. Every time there's a shift, We are not shifting for the good of the country or for the good of the principle. We are shifting for the bad ones in it. Because to the extent that only pet me attack emergency ward hospital and it's left open.
And who video?
It's left open.
I was shocked.
So if we don't start telling ourselves that the impunity is getting a certain growth, careful, it will choke all of us. Yeah. When we are choked, what it means is that it becomes a situation where everybody will be fighting for his or her own survival. Yeah. When we get to that point of Obian fighting for survival, we don't have a country again. Anarchy, and the
because for somebody under the guise of Facebook activism to enter an emergency ward of a big hospital like Rate and start doing Facebook Live with a kind of
you put doctors at risk,
where you have over 30
all the people there at risk.
30 young men all enter the emergency ward in Ghana 2025.
How?
Wow.
These are the things that sometimes I'm amazed that yes,
and nobody has been arrested in Ghana.
That's the point. Yes,
to enter an emergency ward of a hospital, a regional hospital, and start doing Facebook Live from the emergency ward, breaching patient privacy. Any BB obi than them personally channel and a Facebook Live. Really,
it's something that really in this country I don't know. But
under the guise of Facebook activism, no, it's not proper.
Careful because
you doors you get to a level the country will become ungovernable. It is not proper.
Careful because he said the more person there will be interference from there. And Ghana no AC from Bao.
And yet that video
AC from Ba. AC from Ba, and we can't hold our peace because Obiamania in this country SROB. We can't hold our peace. We can only serve as conduits to propagate the goodness of us as a country, that we should build on a foundation that will ensure, at the end of the day, say, every Ghanaian, not selective Ghanaians, every Ghanaian will have an appropriate share of that cake now. Edi Impuntu, Edi Yeyo, Edi Bambo, Edi Sa, I right I need to be protected by those because I'm that emergency ward now. I'm that social.
Why should you enter an emergency ward and do Facebook?
Why?
When in the hospital,
even wow, this year that you are restrained sometimes you not to go there. Wow, this year that no.
You are restrained. I mean, it is not proper. I hear say hospital not are responding to what happened, but it should go a step further. That thing should not happen again. It was a BBC. I should serve as a deterrence to people. You cannot enter an emergency ward and start throwing your weight about doing Facebook like really. No.
Maybe let's not get to the point where our frustration and our greed will lead to a situation where all of us will be helpless and will be targets. Already, meaning how people see things in this country now. It's not about the NPP or NDC. It cannot always be about these two political parties. It's not. And that's why me catch us say, "Sa ahwode say ye free, ye gallant people or moshire or monkwa sa ahwode no. If we don't take care." And I'll quote what Tony do according to papers here. If we don't kill certain deeds, those deeds it will come back not to haunt us, but it will kill us in return. Selectivity is becoming the order of the day in this country called Ghana, and that is dangerous for our justice system. That is dangerous for young Kasia welfare and growth. Very, very, very dangerous. Obi, there are other issues I'm present, but Standobe. Me emona baso consistently from afar. So Ocean and Sanwa Juma already national programs.
In terms of events.
Yes, Ocean and Sanwa Juma.
I think the state funeral was consistent, very well done.
And that's how we should build our own. It's a coming kwano. Omamuni should have a certain positive thoughts for him to propel him to be one of the best in the world. As a world event to be creba. Now a pool of people who can think through and make it what we call this is it. Our own.
It should be considered.
So I say.
I think that the organization was
our own. Say the Ajayi or whatever.
Ajayi.
Or internationally renowned architect. Yes. That yenyi onyami party ni yenyi anawufriha yenyi na wa say because obi a be pick na ba bia no bi say na me ko president obi a cause trouble negatives are you have a lot to write but the only good thing is because on the positive o ko ye presidency and obi a on the now what we do to ourselves is we overlook the council, try to work on the council because the president of the land cannot be 100% correct because human, he relies on people for information and for whatever. The reason why we are always on the head and neck of the president is that President Tuanamo said if there is a reshuffle to send a signal to all manner of people say it's very important.
It's true.
Mr. Pa because yen tracing hwa nyewe han e ma de no enkojingu biem ansa na sa akwede akofa problem again no be me issue person
and mamenka as a top up to that no omampanyia swear issue a statement thanking Ghana for nyina or say thank you message from the president and the government of Ghana. And man, because I thank you, let me permit me to read.
The chief of staff later on.
Way free, fellas Kwachu.
Okay, me was the chief of staff also.
The president, His Excellency John Mahama, Vice President Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, and the government wish to express their sincere gratitude to the people of Ghana, our chiefs, clergy, Muslim clerics, civil society, the diplomatic community, political leaders, security chiefs, service personnel, and all others who have offered support, condolences, and comfort in the aftermath of the tragic helicopter crash of 6th August that claimed 8 lives. We are deeply moved by the outpouring of solidarity shown across the nation and beyond. Your messages of sympathy, your attendance at the state funeral, your practical assistance, and the many acts of kindness extended to the bereaved families have provided great consolation in this time of sorrow. We especially thank those who worked tirelessly and the corporate organizations that supported to ensure that the victims were accorded a dignified and befitting Ghanaian burial, a fitting farewell that honors their memory and reflects the compassion of our people. Further to the conclusion of the state funeral and the burial of all 8 victims, the Chief of Staff directs that flags at all public buildings be restored to full mast with immediate effect. We make this decision mindful of our collective grief and the honor we have paid to those we have lost. As we return to the duties of resetting Ghana and building the Ghana we want, let us remain united in prayer, comfort one another, and continue to support the families affected by this tragedy. May the souls of the departed rest in eternal peace. Inti President's statement of Felix Kwachofosu in Sasha Asiomodiaba. And then I think it still carries that, dignifying tone, a sense of unity any other for many. I think it's good. A follow up from the since this disaster.
Clearly, it's good.
Striking.
But what can we require? Dominic, confirm is it true that the envoy has spoken about some 80%?
Did he use
headlines?
Mahu headline, but
you should those words,
what's in the statement like from an unknown? Elvis a free anchor.
Then we need to confirm that because who was the show
or say
80%,
200 prophecies now so far, but 80% emogo prophecy. So my review now one who stated the segment says it will be for review and further escalation. In who review when papa escalating, but for now 80% in Koyi.
Why set up that in 20 in the bedge more?
20 in the year escalate. I could do a soft phone penny for him. Not for much year too.
A Kasama for my envoy set up, Nana. So I just said, what's your Gibraltar? Whenever service of years, man and Tankasa. Oh no, but Ukrainian
also prophet 80%.
Ukrainian, it's our Kassan, baby or Tinintino. Yeah, on your bit measure.
For the year.
Oh, Debbie, say, I saw for Madame Mominipa, from so kakra timi wo mo e de ni di ni bo bia be mo because you are dealing with the same fraternity now and the minimum best me because word me say am pass if you know be say e di am e de kakra say if you look at the kind of people you are dealing with who said they me catch them say de no maye no senchiremu amaye dia and every blessed day church secretariat telco say engaging for call centers no because one yen one streamline you will be forced to use certain words be one here na sabe ko etia butaya wo dia set up in them can say 80% rubbish
say 80% in
say sound na o kan dia me mesre no because de manya me ho ye wa no and na de sama wiase ye hu ni say de baby onyame abone sisin bia no obronsam fa kwan bia so ko bone sisin wo it is opeja sebe opo madani owa bronsam so betima man po so that discernment required too difficult a job for specialized people and everybody who avails himself into to betima nyasade but yenye careful bi me kan obeka che pendico e mo adomatoma no enye ho asem ye kawa me kan e mo adomatoma na odi bebu
prophecy 200 prophecies hey but the kind of onyan commercials
there's more to come. That is why that avenue no na ese na yehu minim se oni sebe ya so impanyufo no ene asofo no etna ase
asofo no say when share omo before
okay
maybe I feel omo yes
I'm sure they will streamline yes no na bibia
but anyasa the office will be flooded
yes
in this short time 200 prophecies happen
but obi no crapa say why are we allowing these things to overtake everything that we are doing in this country
prophecy
obi here pa ye. But when you're careful, our movement will be dependent on those prophecies. Are dangerous for us as a country. So, man, be our what you want to know. And I'm almost secular. Secular, just say, Sumbia. Yana, Yadia walk where I say, you're hamming Chimu at your son bako. But we cannot 100% say that it's a Christian.
No.
You can't.
It's not a theocracy.
Yes.
A republic.
Yes.
It's secular.
It's secular. It's a Thomas. Say you're secular, dear. You're careful. Yes, because of because you don't even appreciate the input that I'm giving to you in terms of the traditional beliefs and all those things. Me on any day, me say, my God. I onyame batampa
otimi ni
onu letimi do said me dem ho to no so be sidni onyame ndemi amo it on no occasion and am resort to ade bi asem se be ensem fata outside onyame onyame na me gidie woni mu eti obi so ya think otherwise yenye careful how we balance all these things to suit all of us.
Chief by what sorry ba say
yes
or say man greetings elder or say you've mentioned 200 not 300 times prophecies
well they say me no say sanet here there message I will encourage you now on
I think Chumenya voice
okay say be ya me no me pese be and then we be say mo dem maybe about misinformation disinformation to miss and this because they not the call on you you heard me say we are in an era where miss and this
misinformation and we need to get exactly what honorable Elvis
so that we can criticize fair.
Just take a listen.
Plenty. Oh my goodness, there's somebody who is a dedicated volunteer who is and then I don't want to, but it's plenty, believe me.
More than 200.
Oh, it should be more. I like I said, I don't want to play the numbers game, but what I'm saying is that by and large 80% is not of no substance. Okay, then you look at the rest, the 20%, and then you sift through, and maybe 2, 3, 5% may deserve some further probe. So it's not a full-time job or office that has been set up solely to receive prophecies. That's not how it works.
Asempa FM.
And to say 70-80 is of no substance.
Time officer, I set up just to review prophecies.
Say any prophecies. That's what I'm saying. And I don't me didn't way any to be a one tea. Me didn't. Meba mame sign enhwema na obi a wotie bia ente ase once and for all because I say o mampanyin ema no a whole terms of reference.
Okay, good.
For the office.
There is a number.
Yes. Intima men pena men kaina ubia enye clay in his mind. Almost say the key responsibilities Oman serving as the president principal liaison to religious and interfaith leaders locally and internationally, promoting dialogue, tolerance and peaceful coexistence among religious communities in Ghana and across the ECOWAS region, coordinating high-level interfaith engagement and representing the presidency at major religious and peace forums and as a fora, supporting government initiatives involving religious stakeholders, including in social cohesion, moral education and humanitarian relief, advising the president on issues of religious tension, extremism and religious freedom, engaging key national religious institutions and economical bodies, and providing strategic advice and regular briefings to the president.
But the last bit, a full-time officer, and the mayor was running through.
Was a full-time officer, or maybe receive prophecies and
by to take the order of the day. That's what the 200 by our Arabishim 80%. Also, be 2-3 be number no carry 2. But the point is that if 200 comes today, nipa kura assessing one day assessing 100 prophecies. Hey, and let's say we fully support anything about my young classroom. About that. Yes, a secular, Yanka say a Christo for my. So we should also be mindful. Say, it's an uncommon ye ding in a notion, a bear accommodate all other faiths. Now, my mind, because where my obi say about some pa hodwa, baby, we have been able to merge. Affect to be harmonious. Yes, and no, I mean, per se, you better not quite be so. Whether by any act or whatever, no, that's the most important thing. So, the last two of the page.
And I feel you share Omampenia Quentu.
Me Omampea to Robi Obi, Omampea to and then I know my say. So, what I say, so Kobo, in paying for no board parliament, Amanavia, Ghana 40 through the Kofon. Say transparency, you create GDMA and when say, ya manyo sema, ya, and ya papa, ya manyo sema, yankase don't query. Don't account or don't subject people to suspicious, but the level and style idea operating from way back up to this point very unhealthy for our democracy. And yentias say kasi more special people, your ministers, your DC for your director generals, your chief executives, ni titu your judge for your man paying. We know why titu your man paying. We know why we say that the country should go at every length to ensure their peace, their safety, and their comfort. Because the mean pengu say bakum poto for man. It's difficult to recover. You gallant 80 kwano. Onyame na ema ya kukudrobi ebusia for ko kajo me a different story for the office I'm telling you. Just imagine sebi ebusia for monima say when pona ya go through this torture. That can you imagine if could have been something else? It is a conversation around we cannot repeat what was done maybe in the previous regime. Wherever the president was a subject of discussion by a group of people.
Itinerary.
Yes, so udi once na ho chia obabriu kro udi abufo di once na chia by the time no abriu kro nya na fe e kro ni bi abe me atwa wonan. Let us open that page in anybody's quest to equate or equalize whatever they call it. So no be a course bra na be a MPP more opposition. Na mo gidi say
MPP more power.
Na mo gidi say especially a foreign minister. Kikan sema kesia. And I've always said that when we continue to do that, the politics of retaliation, it should not be encouraged though. It should not be introduced. Because who say no MPP intimi transfer afibo. It is the man who say NDC bet transfer afibo. Japan na say ukura power wako for electoral commission for na appoint omo the electoral commission by every means almost powerful to the extent say omo no be mu win enye no kure. Lessons should be learned, and that I caution this kind of administration and its activists. Whether you have power or you are a sympathizer of the NDC, shese wana montobi a utunu ene emra na entocho. So yantimi a reconcile ye ne ekoye ne nantwibini ne eja wokọ sadia at the right time asie na ye pacha nyina no wa odi bia pacha mi e ba beto
and I made the lessons must be learned. I think if there is anything about the Komoa Ekoso, our political elites should pick a lesson.
They should be mindful.
When you are in opposition,
they should be mindful.
Know what to say.
They should be mindful.
And know what to do.
And that is what we sit here to talk about.
Absolutely. Politics of principle. In me, I'm hoping, say, across the divide, no, pick valuable, especially the things we say when we are in opposition. And yes, our man, why should we subject the president of the land?
I'm telling you,
Mebao, from Ghana, Africa, to Ako, Japan. What for Japan? Abesiako Singapore.
Can you imagine?
She commercial flighter. She transit obey.
Can you imagine?
She hours be in transit.
Subjecting our number one.
President of the Republic.
Our revered person.
Ne luggage. And our flight to Emu.
Come on.
You spend not less than 24 hours.
Come on.
Going to Japan and Singapore. I can't understand why we should subject ourselves to this. But because of Nsembia Yaka Emra Babesenko. And we are faced with this President Eko say UK 6 hours. Now Obefa BA at the first class and also business class any problem. But the president going to Japan, Oman transit obeye. Now from information I from Jubilee House or the commercial flight the call. Of course we've not been told which commercial flight, but let's believe say a commercial flight.
Yeah.
That is taking our president through this horrendous experience. Why should the president go through that experience?
And yes,
why should the president go through this? So, and even buying a presidential jet for acquire some demonic because of what we did with that topic. Because of what we did. And it's like, why should it be an issue? Come on, Penny Eko Japan, Eko Singapore. At a commercial flight.
Can you imagine?
Really? How?
And they be done. Where should they be for the optics? How? This is a president of the land, a sovereign country. Man yourself,
it is here, even getting a jet to take the president on a trip like this, and your trip be but for this particular trip to Japan and Singapore, official trip, commercial flight.
Why?
It is a or a transitor. VIP
everything is coming at a double cost to us because there should be super protection. Super protection.
Charlie.
Why? Charlie. This is the country we are in.
Charlie, it's not cool.
Pick the right. Yes, and if we can't make our presidents a priority, if we can't make our presidents a priority, we have a big problem in this country. It's not. If we want to go about this Obama and Fante brother and all those things, Fante Comedy, we should not just start from today. We should reconcile all the figures and the acts. When we are done with that, then we draw that line where we can boldly tell ourselves that moving forward as a country, these laws has existed time immemorial. And they are enhanced because of Nimdia Ebewiase. It is a Unibia Obeko after this Bofrano. Dear Crass, but just ask me, Mama Space Abesinko. After that, Aina Abesinko, Obia Obedance as Suni by winning the Obi and come out Monko. And your politicians in one of these misrepresent even our colleagues, they sit on various platforms that they have, tell lies about colleagues. On broad day radio and social media, nobody takes them on. Sebi 80 in the Ekoswana. It's the Oman is Bria. Emrano should not be selective. And money should not be looked at. Say, namle we musa the echo sad. Ah, near if say can be 7-0 ni, 5-0 ni, 9-0 ni refiana. We spoke about all those. And it's healthy for even our judiciary. And there's all 4-1. Is it healthy for our judiciary? It's not, because the other side will come back and repeat same and say, you did 4-1, we are doing 5-0 or whatever. You had a problem. And we are boss such as killing bread. Obi, land issues in this.
All right, so we in Sama Obi Omanhene Kwabena Asante omu editudwa. Debi amaka. Obi ne Omanhene Asante de. There is no single day on betnasia. Omumfa propaganda. Sebi omumfa and try ne no korese enye edwuma. Enti se mu bie ma no kasa de NPP for enya na mamfa MDC for amefo fora. Ede ne bisi Obi. Ode Kwabena oyeye Omanhene Kwabena. Akwesi de bia no se NDC for ye bibia. Ana se MPP for eya de boni de ti aban wo ya. Muntimi nka mu nukware o. Na mmom de mo kan ne se oh se MPP for kurate so no omo ye bi na NDC for eka. Enti se na aba ye condemn we ya ensan condemn we. Ye mi se ho se bra omo ye no. Bra na ekoso na omo ye no. Ye ka kire mo se no. Ebo man enti mamo nye. Esi den ena ne because of sa suban nti ye yi omo asi nchen. Na ene sa atrosem no omo koso a edibi edifa the current aban ho a mu Obi oni Omanhene Asante muntimi mpamu enka no kware. Muntimi mbie ma no we enka no kware. Che de ekoso no enye. And it shouldn't be in that way. Ghana mu journalist amotiti way Obi oni Omanhene. Mu mayi munim se mu ye MPP for. Yes, money ye any musuban any sebi the kind of journalism amoye no ho ntino. People know you to be an MPP foot soldiers in journalism. When any mu kuruma se mu Omanhene Asante oni Obi mu ye MPP for when any Obi enim because your hypocrisy in the journalism has exposed you big time. Eja bebiano mu pese mo chrese se NPP for aye bia na se enye no maka NDC for nso ye bi anaso mo nyanye bi kura na mo pese mo find ways and means na mo de bo mo chi ene ba se mo oyo man papa na wo se upo man no yi na wo do man na enye adwuma e ba se mo man ni nko ni enti Obi oni Omanhene se mo se sam suban from that propaganda journalism any hypocrisy journalism na mu omutie mu no empimpim a omutie mu no is the same way they are going to change their mind. Mu tenase na mu kasa, do you know number of people are taking inspiration from you? Ya kra yetia se bi enya nduru ba bia kra no enkofo taking inspiration from us. Yes, and that is and do ye hu hwenye ye because we leader, no followers, no subscribers di machi. Enye denya minka so munyina, but about 2/3 of my subscribers will take inspiration from me. Ebi obi wo ma sometimes me bekasa no so wanya reshimu bi wati na mecho na se yemfa ntu ye ho. Enti ya eti ha yenya nko yenim yenya njidin enko yenim bia no kra no se nkofo ye kasa na nkofo timiti ya how much more se mo amote wono mo bobra akomanim in your lifetime matna journalism almost met me aka say minimum kra minimum for more than 10 to 20 years matna journalism na nkofo take inspiration from you mo sisa mo subanya oman no ebesisa because empimpim tie mu both social media any traditional media no so radio no so eti bra mu be pama kan kware bra mu be kase ade ekoso wo Ghana enye no saada na ipampimpim ebeden ebesiso madwen but since amaye madwen se mu kan kware na mu de propaganda and try ne no kware se any sebi hypocrisy nya atwonsem ebeye adwuma ne de people will continuously their mind will pollute because muna mo so madwen it is no kware na make kire MPP food soldiers obi any oman hene. I'm telling you omo ye MPP food soldiers and you can attest to the fact omo nyem omo ye and omo suma omo de na din na shows clearly so omo ye MPP food soldiers. Yes, omo ye MPP food soldiers. But we can say we catch say say omo no nka say omo ye see na sisi. Omo nka say omo ye see na sisi. But in the actual sense, you know, utna si na uti nsem omo ka, uti how omo si ye omo nyama. It tells a lot. I can't say bebre. Eja busanfo oman ne de yensom ene nipa. Yensom ene nipa. As a journalist, you have a lot of responsibility to play if you want the nation to develop. You have a major role to play. And majority of them on your DC MPP because of no obedient, no food. And see your Hannibal Boman who soon one in the motion, so was not SYZ ho. Ye Missa say, see then or coy, against and kind of a course or call. Untumi boy ya of omo arresting na wanya kokoduro kan I'm a hero. Odin so ye adwuma wo sebi kokwahwe akwa bi TV station na radio station ko betimi aka I'm hero no ko betimi because you said the name bibi so kina bi no aban sisa ono so obedi adodode enti se yijai isentwefo yijai hypocrisy no na se tena se ka se ye kan korea oman emma no mutie ye from afar. Our moon the ekoso amanyusem, they will also change their minds and the country will be improved, it will be developed, and Ghana will progress. It ye catch them. It's your mind in Sante, only will be Moses Samusubai, Moses side the way, the style of journalism, Debiano, Modi ye at the MPP for. You have never been a neutral journalist in this country. It ye cannot cry at the Yakupo Chawadri or comment session. Bye bye.